I tried 5 foods you've never heard of before, and they were weird. First up, we have to go to an online marketplace and search for some unusual ingredients. It is incredible how many rare foods are available right at our fingertips. Let's see what we can find. Up first, I found something called salmon berries. I had no idea that this was actually a real thing. Now I know what you're thinking. Surely this isn't a real food. It's known as the smelliest fruit on the planet. It apparently smells like dirty socks. Let's see if that's true. I've never seen these before in my entire life. These are kasu marzu. Now I know what you're thinking. This looks like a normal cheese. Nothing weird there, right? Now I know what you're thinking. Mushrooms grow from dirt. How can this thing be worth so much? Well, these are very special mushrooms. They grow naturally in the forest, and they have a very unique taste. Sometimes lobsters can be green. It all has to do with their diet. Fugu is a type of Japanese puffer fish, and it's one of the most dangerous fish in the world. You see, fugu has a poison called tetrodotoxin, which is one of the most deadly toxins on Earth. Just a small amount can kill 30 people. That's why fugu has to be prepared by a special chef called an itame. Only someone with special training and skills can make fugu safely. And if the chef makes a mistake, then everyone at the table could die. That's why eating fugu is a risky business. It's not for the faint of heart. But if you're brave enough, then you might just enjoy the unique flavor of fugu. You see, lobsters are crustaceans, which means they have a hard shell outside their body. But in the hands of a skilled chef, it's safe to eat. I took a bite of the fugu and immediately felt a numbness on my tongue. The fish had a soft, fluffy texture and a unique flavor. It was unlike any fish I'd ever tried before. This shell is made of calcium carbonate, which is the same thing that's in eggshells and fingernails. We have everything from poisonous fish to bug-filled cheese. But hey, that's half the fun of trying new foods. You never know what you might find. So if you're feeling adventurous, then I challenge you to try one of these foods. Who knows, you might just love it. As lobsters grow, they need to shed their old shell and grow a new one. When they do this, they're vulnerable to predators. So to protect themselves, some lobsters have evolved to camouflage themselves. This means that they can blend in with their surroundings and avoid being eaten. Green lobsters are actually a mutation, which means that they're very rare. I picked one up, and it was a little bit softer than a normal lobster, but it still had that nice chewy texture. And it tasted pretty good too. I tried one, and it tasted like a regular mushroom, but much more dense and intense. Well, this cheese has a secret ingredient that makes it truly unique. First things first, let's get some fresh oysters. Oysters are one of the most popular seafood appetizers in the world. They're often served raw in fancy restaurants. But did you know that some oysters are actually black? These black oysters are actually very rare. They only grow in certain areas, and they have a very unique flavor. I opened one up and took a bite. The moment that oyster touched my tongue, I was amazed. It had a smooth, creamy texture and a distinct salty taste. It was unlike any other oyster I'd tried before. If you can look past the mold and the bugs, then this cheese is actually delicious. Oyster eggs are a type of caviar, and they come from the eggs of the Pacific oyster. They're usually harvested by hand, and they're often used as a delicacy in fancy restaurants. But did you know that oyster eggs are actually green? Yep, you heard that right. Oyster eggs are green. I tried them, and they had a smooth, creamy texture and a distinct salty taste. It's got a smooth texture and a strong yet pleasant salty taste. Oh yeah, they're definitely smelly, but it's not in a bad way. Yep, you heard that right. It might look a little scary, but trust me when I say that it's totally safe to eat. Just think about it this way. Insects are actually good for us. They're high in protein, and they're also full of fiber and healthy fats. Plus, eating insects can help save the environment. Why? Because raising livestock takes a lot of resources like water and food. Insects, on the other hand, need much less to survive. That means they're much more efficient at converting feed into body mass. If we ate more insects instead of meat, we could use fewer resources and produce less greenhouse gases. Okay, maybe we don't need to eat insects every day, but why not try it once in a while? Eating insects is nothing new. In fact, it's been around for thousands of years. Some of the most popular insect snacks include crickets, mealworms, and grasshoppers. In countries like Mexico and Thailand, insects are considered a delicacy. They're often served up in fancy restaurants. So why not give it a try? Who knows, you might just love it. And who knows, maybe someday insects will be a common snack around the world. It's more of a pungent smell. Kinda reminds me of a strong cheese. Maybe even a stinky tofu. But what about the taste? People say that the taste is like vanilla custard. It's thick and creamy and tastes exactly like what I expected it to taste like. And the funny thing is, if you didn't already notice, the inside of the durian looks exactly like the flesh of a mango. It's soft, fibrous, and yellow. I bet you didn't even know this was a thing. I honestly thought that these were just gross, but apparently people eat them all over the world. They apparently taste like a crunchy cucumber. That doesn't sound too bad, but the way it looks kind of turns me off. I decided to cut it open and take a closer look inside. What I saw shocked me. Inside this sea cucumber was a bright pink gooey substance. It almost looked like brain matter. Honestly, I don't think I could ever eat this. There's no way I'm putting this in my mouth. It looks more like a toy. Well, believe it or not, sea grapes are actually a real food and a very expensive one. These little green balls actually come from seaweed. I couldn't believe how much these cost. Over $300 for just 2 ounces. But if it's that expensive, does it live up to the hype? Let's find out. I popped one into my mouth and immediately noticed the burst of flavor. It tasted like cucumbers and avocados mixed together. It had a really fresh, clean taste. Then came the texture. It wasn't soft like an avocado, but instead had a little crunch to it. Overall, I would say that it did live up to the hype. This has to be one of the most beautifully colored foods in existence. These are not your average berries. Not only do they look unreal, but they also taste unreal. The flavor is absolutely amazing. I was expecting something a little more fishy, but it tastes like a thick whipped cream with a very unique flavor that I can't quite put my finger on. Almost like eggnog, but not quite. And the aftertaste is so good too. If you ever get the chance, try these. Now let's move on to something that looks even more crazy, sea grapes. All right, we've got 2 more super weird foods to try. But first, sea cucumbers. Next up, we have durian. Now, if you don't know what durian is, well, prepare to be amazed. We have 1 more food to try. Something extremely rare. Let's talk about the weirdest ingredient in this dish, live insect larvae. Something else that's very strange is this black tongue mushroom. Okay, next up, we have to try something that's absolutely bizarre. Speaking of oysters, have you ever heard of oyster eggs? But there was something even weirder than that. Have you ever seen a green lobster? Lobsters are usually red, right? Well, not always. Next up, we have to try something that's both delicious and weird. Have you ever heard of the fugu? Now I have to admit that I was a little nervous when I tried it. I mean, it's a poisonous fish. So which of these foods was the weirdest? You decide. Welcome to my channel. Today we are off to Hawaii for some fantastic foods that will blow your mind. Are you ready? Let's go. We start out with something rather simple, but don't let looks deceive you. This is a Hawaiian staple that can be found at any store. It's called manapua. At first sight, it might seem like an alien concoction, but it's actually a traditional Hawaiian beverage made from blue Hawaii. I had no idea that such a thing existed. And while in Vegas, I tried every type of blue milk imaginable. It's called laulau, and it's a traditional Hawaiian dish made by wrapping pork or fish in taro leaves. The dish is then steamed to perfection, and the result is a culinary masterpiece. It's a Japanese-inspired shaved ice dessert made with condensed milk and topped with mochi, azuki beans, and other yummy stuff. It's called kakigori, and I've never seen anything like it before. Let me know in the comments below. And if you've already tried them, share your experiences. Also, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. While kakigori is traditionally enjoyed as a summer treat in Japan, shaved snow has become a year-round sensation in Hawaii. The dessert consists of finely shaved ice that is piled high and then drenched in a sweet syrup or condensed milk. The most popular flavors are mango, lilikoi, and strawberry, but you can find a wide range of other options as well. Shaved snow is a popular Hawaiian dessert that is similar to kakigori, but instead uses a different style of ice shaving technique. Instead of the traditional Japanese methods, shaved snow is made by shaving ice blocks directly from frozen ice cubes. The resulting ice shavings are incredibly light and fluffy, and are often served with a drizzle of condensed milk or flavored syrup. Some popular shaved snow flavors in Hawaii include coconut, pineapple, and guava. And you can find this deliciousness at many shave ice stands and dessert shops throughout the islands. The next time you're in Hawaii, be sure to try both kakigori and shaved snow. You'll be glad you did. The pork laulau is made by placing cooked pork belly on a leaf of taro or tea root. Adding salt, pepper loco mako is a local favorite consisting of white rice topped with a hamburger patty, fried egg, and gravy. It's hearty, it's flavorful, and it's definitely not for the faint of heart. The dish originated in Hawaii and is now considered a staple of local cuisine. Loco mako is typically made with a small amount of rice, topped with a burger patty and a fried egg. The beef is usually cooked in a rich gravy made from the pan drippings and seasonings such as salt and pepper, ketchup, and sometimes soy sauce. Loco mako is often served with a side of macaroni salad, which adds a nice creamy and tangy element to the dish. You can find loco mako on the menus of many restaurants in Hawaii, but if you want to try it in Las Vegas, I recommend checking out Helena's Hawaiian food and a scoop of poi, then wrapping the leaf into a neat bundle. The wrapped bundles are then tied with string and boiled or steamed until tender. It is a labor-intensive process, but trust me, the end result is worth every minute. If you're feeling adventurous and want to make laulau yourself, I've included a recipe link in the description below. Laulau is typically served with lomi lomi and Hawaiian rice. Lomi lomi is a traditional Hawaiian dish made from tomatoes, onions, garlic, and sometimes coconut milk. It is named after the traditional method of preparation, which involves grinding the ingredients together with a stone tool called a pahu. While it may not be as easy to make as it sounds, the final result is a flavorful and refreshing addition to any meal. As for Hawaiian rice, it is simply rice that has been cooked in water or broth and seasoned with salt and sometimes other spices or ingredients such as seaweed. It is a versatile side dish that can be served with a variety of main courses and is often included in traditional Hawaiian meals such as laulau. This one from Zippy's is their original blue milk, which they claim is the best. Opeiula are small, succulent crustaceans that live in brackish waters and are a popular ingredient in Hawaiian cuisine. They have a delicate, slightly sweet flavor and a firm, chewy texture. To prepare them, they're usually sautéed or fried until crispy and served with a tasty sauce. One of my favorite things about opeiula is their versatility. They can be served as an appetizer, a main course, or even a topping for salads or pizzas. And while they're commonly found in Hawaii, You can now find them in specialty seafood markets around the country. And if you're lucky enough to be in Hawaii, I highly recommend trying the famous opeiula from Giovanni's Shrimp Truck. They won't tell you why their line is so long, but I will. Trust me, you'll be in awe. I personally love the thicker and creamier consistency of the blue milk from Lel's Hawaiian Food. Both were really delicious, but I have to say the one from Lele was a bit sweeter and took me straight to paradise. I do recommend trying both versions. You decide which one is best. And if you're wondering what Blue Hawaii tastes like, it's a sweet tropical fruit juice made by blending the fruit with sugar and ice. You'll often see it served with condensed milk, and it's delicious. These are steamed buns that are filled with pork floss or barbecue chicken. You'll find them in most of the chain supermarkets in Hawaii, and the price is pretty reasonable. The fluffy dough combined with the salty pork floss is so delicious. My mom used to buy these all the time when she went to visit me. She would pick up a whole bunch, eat them straight from the package on the way home. She said it tastes better when you eat it in the car. I was like, what? But anyway, if you ever visit Hawaii, pick up some manapua. Next up, we head over to Vegas where you can find this amazing drink. They call it blue milk. Next up, we have to talk about poke. Now, poke is one of my favorite things in the world. And when you mix poke with kimchi, you get something truly special. The two flavors combine in a beautiful harmony and create a dish that's both flavorful and fun. Poke is basically a Hawaiian sashimi salad. So poke means sliced in Hawaiian. Thin slices of raw fish marinated in a tasty sauce and served with rice. It's usually mixed with onions, seaweed, and other toppings. While traditional poke is made with ahi tuna, you can also find many variations that include salmon, octopus, shrimp, and other types of fish. And of course, kimchi poke is a must-try if you like both Korean and Hawaiian food. In Las Vegas, you can find great kimchi poke at Hanbat Korean Restaurant. I'm sure there are many other places that serve great kimchi poke, but I haven't discovered them yet. If you know of any, please let me know in the comments below. Now, this next item is not only delicious, but also a true testament to human ingenuity. Just look at this beauty. Speaking of seafood, our next dish is a real treat for seafood lovers. It's called opeiula, also known as Hawaiian sweet shrimp. I know what you're thinking. We've already tried blue milk, so what could possibly be next? Well, how about this? And last but certainly not least, I have to share with you the most amazing Hawaiian dish I've ever tasted. It's called loco mako. There you have it, 5 incredible foods from Hawaii that will blow your mind. What did you think? Would you try any of these dishes? We've been living in Japan for over 3 years now, and we have eaten some pretty wild foods during our time here. From pufferfish to bird eggs, there's no shortage of bizarre foods here in Japan. Today, we're going to take you along on a food adventure. We'll be showing you 5 bizarre foods that you won't believe actually exist. Let's get started. Have you ever seen a fruit that looks like an eye? What about one that tastes like a tiny mango? Totori kenbi is a popular Japanese snack that consists of rice paper and nori seaweed. If you're not a fan of eating bugs, then you definitely don't want to hear about this next food. Our final food adventure takes us to Sardinia, Italy, where we'll be exploring the world of casu marzu, also known as maggot cheese. From the mango stone spat to casu marzu, these dishes are sure to make you feel you're on an exciting food adventure. We hope you enjoyed learning about these unique culinary experiences and maybe even inspired you to try something new. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below with your thoughts on these crazy foods. We'd love to hear which one was your favorite. Thanks for joining us on this food adventure, and we'll see you next time. This traditional Sardinian dish consists of sheep's milk cheese that contains live insect larvae. The larvae are typically added to the cheese while it is still in the making process, and they remain alive throughout the aging process. Although this may sound disgusting to some, In Sardinia, Casumarzu is considered a delicacy. The local shepherds who make the cheese believe that the larvae add a unique flavor and texture that can't be found in any other type of cheese. According to them, the cheese has a creamy consistency and a strong, pungent odor. But once you cut it open, the wriggling maggots add an unexpected element of surprise. Despite its controversial reputation, Casumarzu remains an important part of Sardinian culture. Many people who try it say that the combination of salty cheese and crunchy maggots creates a truly unforgettable taste experience. Of course, not everyone is brave enough to try this dish, but for those who do, it's sure to be an adventure. Swanjiu are a type of insect that lives in the mountains of China and other parts of Asia. They're often referred to as woodworms or silkworm pupae, and although they may sound unappetizing, they're actually a popular ingredient in many Chinese dishes. The larvae are typically stir-fried, deep-fried, or grilled, and they can be served with a variety of sauces and toppings. In China, they are often eaten as a snack, and they are said to have a crunchy texture and a nutty flavor. Some people also claim that they have medicinal properties and are high in protein. Whether you decide to try them or not, swanjier are definitely a fascinating part of Chinese cuisine. They are a great example of how many cultures around the world are able to use every part of an animal and nothing goes to waste. It's often enjoyed as a quick and easy meal or snack, and it can be found in many convenience stores throughout Japan. But did you know that there is a special way to prepare tottori kenbi that makes it taste even better than usual? All you need to do is add a pinch of salt and some sesame oil. The salt will enhance the savory flavor of the rice paper, and the sesame oil will add a rich, toasty flavor that complements the nori seaweed perfectly. The best part is that you can enjoy this delicious snack both hot and cold. So whether you're looking for a quick breakfast, a midday snack, or an evening bite, tottori kenbi is a perfect choice. Plus, it's also very easy to make. All you need to do is boil the rice paper for a few minutes until it is tender, and then drain it before adding your seasonings. You can even make it ahead of time and reheat it later. So if you're looking for a tasty and convenient snack, be sure to try tottori kenbi with a twist. Or how about a vegetable that looks like a brain? Most people simply spit this out or throw it away, but in Japan, they're often saved and planted in the ground. It's well known that in Japan, some chefs actually prepare this dish with the poisonous inside still intact. But did you know that there's a special way to prepare this dish without any poison at all? Introducing fugu sashimi, a type of sashimi where the poisonous parts of the pufferfish are removed entirely, and only the softest and most delicious parts of the fish are served. This type of sashimi is extremely rare and hard to find, even in Japan. You must go to a special restaurant that specializes in fugu, and even then you may not be able to order it. Fugu sashimi is typically made with the freshest ingredients, and the chef will spend hours carefully preparing each piece. The result is a dish that is truly unique and unlike anything you've ever tried before. While it may be difficult to find, if you're a fan of sashimi and seafood, we highly recommend trying this dish. Just be prepared to spend a lot of money. A meal of fugu sashimi can cost upwards of $300 per person. Why? Well, because in Japan, they believe that the stone from a mango holds good luck and prosperity. Many people will plant a seed from a mango stone in their garden or a pot, hoping to one day enjoy the shade of their very own mango tree. It can take up to 8 years to grow a full-size tree, but once you do, you can enjoy fresh, juicy mangoes every year. If you're in Japan, you can pick up a small bag of pre-sprouted mango stones at most gardening sections. The staff will even tell you exactly how to plant them and care for them so that they sprout into trees. If you're not in Japan, you can order them online from sites such as Amazon. But before you try planting a mango stone yourself, be sure to watch a few videos first. It's important to know exactly how to plant it, when to water it, and how much light it needs so that it grows into a strong and healthy tree. And if you're lucky enough to live in a warm climate, you might just get to enjoy your very own juicy mango someday. Keep watching, because we'll show you exactly what these crazy-looking foods are, where to buy them, and even how to eat them. No. 1. Mango stone spit. When you're eating a juicy, delicious mango, you may notice a small stone in the middle. No. 2. Fugu sashimi. You may have heard of fugu before, a Japanese delicacy that consists of poisonous pufferfish. Number 3. Totori kenbi. The first two ingredients were a little hard to track down, so we thought we'd make it easier for you guys with this one. No. 4. Swan jiu. No. 5. Kasu marzu. Well, there you have it. 5 bizarre foods that you won't believe actually exist. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to try 5 weird foods I found while traveling that you have to try this year. This was one of the most delicious things I ate during my entire trip through Central America. Shout out to Elena. She said you have to try the nakatamas while you're here in Nicaragua. This is a Caribbean coast, and they have a lot of amazing food here. This was definitely one of my favorite islands that I visited in Panama. One of the main reasons was because of the food. I ate so well here, so this is called sea moss. All right, I'm curious to know if you would eat any of these foods. Which one was your favorite? Which one would you try? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and click the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I post new videos every single week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace. Apparently sea moss is a type of seaweed. It grows on the Korean coast of Panama. Now they sell it here in Bocas del Toro. It's kind of spongy and rubbery. It looks like a big piece of snot. I will admit it doesn't look very appetizing, but it was actually quite delicious. It had a really nice salty and savory flavor. It almost tasted like a crunchier abalone or a crunchier scallop. It was really cool to try something new and unique. Maybe not something that I would eat all the time, but I'm glad that I got to experience it once. 7.6 out of 10. Definitely recommend if you're ever here in Boca. So this is called patacones. Patacones are fried green plantains. So first, they will take the green plantain, then they will fry it. We are in St. John, USVI. Now this is a small island, but what it lacks in size, it makes up for in beauty. The beaches here are pristine. The water is crystal clear, and the mountains are lush and green. But what it also lacks in size, it makes up for in variety of food. It may be small, but the food scene here is huge. So this is called a frog, and it is a dessert. It's kind of hard to describe what it is exactly, but basically, it has a coconut pudding that is infused with rum, and then it sits in the freezer until it's nice and hard, and then they shave it into these thin little shavings. Then they will serve it with cinnamon and sugar. So before eating, you kind of have to mix it all together and then eat it like an ice cream sundae. My server here was so awesome. He even gave me a little demo of how to eat this. First bite was pure coconut, and then the alcohol hit me, and then the cinnamon and sugar came in towards the end. What a dessert! What a way to end a meal. This was so freaking good. I loved it. I would come here just for this dessert every single day. 10 out of 10. Highly, highly recommend. Once it's fried, they'll smash it, and then they'll fry it again. Sometimes they will fill it with cheese, or other times they'll just serve it with a protein, and then beans. So I got the shrimp version, and it was so freaking tasty. The shrimp had a delicious grilled flavor. The patacones were super crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside, and then the beans were creamy and smooth. A couple different textures going on here, and all of them were delicious. 8.7 out of 10. Definitely recommend. So it's a bit of a process to make this dish. First, they'll take the corn husk and they'll take off the outside brown part, and they'll fill it with the main ingredient. So these ones we have pork, but you can also get chicken or cheese. So they fill it with the meat or the cheese, and then they wrap it up in the corn husk, and then they boil it for about an hour. The reason why I didn't eat mine here is because I am a wuss when it comes to spicy food, and this was supposed to be spicy. So maybe next time I will build up my spice tolerance, and I will eat it here. But I took it back to my hotel, and I reheated it, and I tried it with some of the salsa that they gave me, and it was so freaking good. The flavors were amazing, and I loved how soft and tender the pork was. It just slid off. It was also very filling. If you look at the size of this thing, this is one serving. I think I might need to get 2 next time, because it was so freaking good. 8.9 out of 10. Highly recommend. So it's fresh coconut. You see the coconut right here. It's cut open. There's little cups inside, and then they fill it with this. This is rice with beans. And then on top they put this amazing sauce which has cilantro, onions, lemon, garlic, and hot sauce. Look at this thing. It's huge. They put a straw in there, and then you just chug it down like this. The flavors in this thing were so good, and it really did remind me of a smoothie, because everything was blended together so well. The sweetness from the coconut, mixed with the saltiness and the spiciness of the sauce, and the heartiness of the beans and the rice made this a 9.4 out of 10. Highly recommend. I think you're going to love some of these, especially the dessert. It is so freaking good. Okay, let's get started with number 1. We are in Cartagena, Colombia. Number 2, we are in Granada, Nicaragua. This food was actually recommended by one of my viewers. Number 3, we are now in Puerto Viejo, Costa Rica. Number 4, we are in Bocas del Toro, Panama. No, 5. And this one was definitely my favorite. All right, that was the last bite of frog. I couldn't finish it. I was full.